Good afternoon, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 39th edition of Alabama Crimson Tide Live. All right, here on Alabama Voice College Football from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, and my partners in crime, Coach Johnny Burts and Jeffrey from Only Talk Sports, where we go over the latest news and notes on the Alabama Crimson Tide, especially on this Memorial Day weekend with all of you. So instead of doing it Monday tomorrow, we're doing it today. Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time with all of you. And let me tell you something, folks. You're going to be in for a wild ride. How you doing today, gentlemen?
Doing great.
Yeah, doing well. Waiting on the next storm to blow through Huntsville.
Well,
we just had one blow through, so I looked at the radar. We got about 30 more minutes, and there'll be another one blowing through.
Yep, that Bama weather is always weird, but
so many crazy storms this year in the central part of the country. It's been crazy.
I agreed, but I mean, it's not stopping me from wearing shades. So
he wears his sunglasses at night or at dusk.
There you go. Especially for what we've got coming from all of you for Alabama Voice College Football. We've got some YouTube membership tiers from Alabama Voice College Football, $2.99 a month. You can become a Crimson Faithful member, where you can get a loyalty badge next to your name in the comments and or the live chat. You get custom emojis to use in the live chat and in comment section, and you get a shout out for every time you comment in the live chat or comment on any show involving Alabama Crimson Tide Live or the college show, the primetime live show, or any video involving Alabama Voice College Football. For $4.99 a month, you can become a Saban Disciple, where you can get priority reply to comments and access to a monthly hangout from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, Jeffrey Molly College Sports, Coach Burts, Manny Wilson from the Alabama Primetime Live Show, and Brady Quoto. And for $9.99 a month, you can connect on social media with each of us and give out content requests of any kind, and that's just by becoming a Bear Bryant legend. And neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor bad weather of any kind will put a stop to us from fulfilling content requests for all of you, all right here at the Voice College Football. Gentlemen, you really want to know what's really cool? Since it's 97 days till kickoff, we got a perfect way to celebrate it. The Voice College Football website, where you get the top-notch news segments. All right here. New CEOs over the college athletics. Rich Rod going ahead and preparing for his second go-round at West Virginia. Travis Hunter and Bryce Young going at it for week one. The forum discussions involving all the Power 4 teams and the Power 4 conferences. All right here at the Voice College Football. The channels. If your favorite team is not there, we promise you, your favorite team's going to get added. We can promise you that. But there's a lot of your favorites all right here. And there's the show lineups with all of you. We've got a magical lineup. Then some little arrangements that are being changed due to Memorial Day week, but we are back to regularly scheduled programming when it gets to the regular week. That is for sure. And it has all your favorite hosts, like all of us, Jordan Bowman and Tiger Paul Craven. Because, I mean, let's be honest. When I think of Clemson football media, I pretty much think of Jason Pressler, but most importantly, Jordan Bowman and Tiger Paul Craven. There's our guys, Matt Green and Bo Underwood on the Georgia Bulldogs Live. John Diamo and TJ Ronan on the Michigan Live Show. The Buckeyes Live. All of it everywhere at the Voice College Football. But that's not all. There's the host directory, and it has all your favorite hosts all right here on this list. And don't worry, you're going to see more coming soon all right here. And there's the writers list. Alec Keyser from the Indiana Channel. Matt Zimick from Trojans Wire. USC at the Voice College Football. Leanne Herring from Wildcats Wire. The Rebel Walk. And On the Move and Ole Miss Live from the Voice College Football. Zoe Bentler, John Diamo, Brooks White, Christopher Shepard, Bryce Yazdaya, I don't know, and Bobby Murphy. It's all right there. You can check it out on YouTube, Twitter/X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So here we go. But first, you can check out Crimson Tide live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Please leave a rating or a review. I can tell you, if you don't like seeing our faces, you'll definitely love our voices on Spotify and Apple. That's for sure. Alrighty, gentlemen, we've got some magic coming our way, and it's Mr. Titan Davis coming to Tuscaloosa, or he says he is, and we've got Malachi Lee. Oh man, Malachi, that sounds like something I've heard from Avatar. I love it.
Malachi, I won't say it. That's from Children of the Corn.
Oh man. Well, Mr. Titan Davis says he's down to Alabama, Michigan, USC, and Penn State, and he is a 6'5", 270-pound defensive lineman from St. Louis, Missouri. He's ranked as a top 10 defensive lineman in the 2026 class per On3. He's asking where you should go. Well, I mean, you want to go someplace that cares about rivalries, go to Alabama. You want to go someplace where they don't care about rivalries, USC's that place for you, I guess.
Yeah, the only other one that really cares about rivalries is Michigan, because, I mean, obviously. I will say, though, it's kind of interesting that he's like from Missouri, right? So it's kind of in the middle of the country, not really close to any of the schools that he is considering. They're all far away. Definitely, we don't live in an age where that really matters anymore. Seems like the schools on his list, I mean, they're the high dollar top dog schools when it comes to NIL. USC's got a ton. Michigan has a ton. So if Michigan really wants them, and he's looking for that massive NIL check, there's a good shot he goes to Michigan. I haven't really looked too much into this recruitment, but I think we have a shot considering our pedigree of great defensive players and the Alabama brand. But we are behind in NIL, so it's just kind of tough to determine whether we're going to get a guy like that when you're going up against a school like Michigan or even USC that has so much NIL, probably more than we do. But I think it just kind of comes down to what he wants. I mean, does he want to play for a big brand in Alabama that is traditionally elite in football and stuff like that, or does he want to play for the school that's going to give him the most money? So,
well, on the bright side, he won't be losing to Maryland and Minnesota. So if he goes,
that's a USC problem.
Oh yeah. But here's some highlights what this young man's going to bring if we get him. Oh, yikes.
Man, good first step right there. Hey, yeah.
Fast burst.
Oh, we got the snow.
There we go.
Shucky, throw it.
Oh, he snatched it.
Mm.
He can play in all types of weather. We talk about not letting sleet or snow or bad weather of any kind stop us. I don't think any kind of weather is going to stop this young man. Ooh.
So many of the guys that we look at are just incredible. I mean, they're so unbelievably fast for being as big as they are. Like these edge guys, these defensive linemen. I mean, they weigh like almost 300 pounds or some over 300 pounds, and they're that fast still. Like that is wild.
Yeah, that's
back of that QB. Like he's kind of looking like Jared Lorenzen. Oh man, he's a big one.
What about Jamarcus Russell?
Oh, he's probably like the NFL version of BoJack Horseman, reliving his glory days, if he had any.
No, you don't want to say you peaked in high school. That's never a good thing.
Oh yeah, that's
what. We gotta wait for it.
Oh, here we go.
If the camera can hold on.
I think the camera's a little sick of looking at QB because they're like, I can't watch. Oh, there he is. He's watching like a.
That is a horrible camera angle.
It is. I have no.
Like
idea.
I can barely even see what's happening.
I don't know.
There we go.
Tell you. The arrows, I don't even know if they're accurate.
That dude is big. That quarterback. My Lord.
Swim technique right there.
There is no way in the world that guy's going to a college football program, like a legitimate like FBS. There's no way that quarterback. That's
Titan.
nuts.
I mean, I would watch him, like, to be honest, because I mean, just
Yeah,
out
the
of
D lineman. Yeah, the D
Oh, yeah.
lineman's fantastic.
Oh yeah, but no worries. We're getting back those.
Look, up in the sky, it's Super Cosmo!
Yeah, I don't care.
All kids become
This is not what we.
superheroes. For a limited time,
Yeah, there we go.
Limited time.
Yeah, it's some Mighty Mouse wannabe. It's like
Yeah.
no. So back to no, come on, man.
It is not wanting to work, man. Huddle has some bugs in their videos right now.
Oof. Could be that I got a little too much stuff going on, but that's all right.
Maybe the video doesn't like your shades, Jackson. Maybe it's intimidated.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Y'all got to upgrade, man. Y'all on this 2K. You got to get to 5K.
Oh
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what you got going on. You got to get to.
My internet was really squirrely a while back.
pay your
It's
bill.
been acting better, but I mean, yeah, it's yeah. We don't have the top of the line, you know.
Oh, here we go.
Pay your bill.
Now we're back to looking at the highlights of Titan Davis. Here we go. Boom.
Spread it out. Spread it out, Jack. Get that big spread. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, that field angle. I can't.
He's like, spread out.
They playing snow?
Whoever is running these cameras are not very good at their job. They are novices. This is not great. I mean, like half the time they're not even focusing on the action. I mean, like look at that. That is not a good angle.
It's not even worth putting out there.
No. I mean, it is, again, high school football. I mean, what can you really expect? But it should be better than this. Like, you can't even see the quarterback in that shot.
He wasn't even blocked there. Sometimes I look at these films and I'm like, the other team, I'm like, what the?
Yeah, like the guy that you're wanting to get so good only because the other team is that bad.
So bad. You know, and like I've said, this is not what recruiters are looking at. They're looking at the whole game.
Yeah, like their technique and skills.
Yeah, not these highlights and all this.
It's just more just to get fans excited.
Yeah.
And used to, when players committed and they stayed 4 years, people love to look at this stuff. Now in the portal, where guys can just bolt immediately, I feel like people care less about this.
And then when I played, of course, I was in the Stone Ages. I mean, you sent coaches exchanged, full game tapes, and there was none of this mock-up, cut-up, highlight reels and stuff like that it is today. I think when everything went video, VCR instead of tape, real tape and stuff like that, that's when all this cut it up, mock it up, and it's great and all this kind of stuff. Well, show us some plays where he screwed up, and that's what the actual coaches are looking at to grade.
Yeah, that's a great point, because like I'll watch like a video of like a guy transferring like in basketball or football. It's like showing like his best highlights, and he looks like a top player, and then he comes over and it's like it's not that great. Like he had like 15 good plays, and they put it all together in a video. And that's it. Yeah,
and then these guys that are creating this, I mean, they're, rivals.com and stuff like that. I mean, all they're getting and basing everything on are these highlights, these little, 20 little clips of them at their great moments. They're not basing any of their scales and measures on a full game film and anything like that. So, I mean, it's all glam and all. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but. In the end, the truth is in the end, the coaches will watch full game films and they'll know and they'll visit and they'll talk and they'll, talk to the rivals and talk to the opponents and they'll get a good measure of really, the elite of the elite.
Yeah, that's why you see like on some recruiting, like profiles, they'll say like, this guy's like when at his best, he's fantastic, but his motor's inconsistent. You'll see that because you'll watch the full game, to your point, and he doesn't constantly play hard. Like he'll have like a few downs in a row where he's just giving it 110%, and then other parts of the game he just completely disappears. So yeah, I mean it's definitely key, to watch the full thing, and that's what those coaches do. That's why they get paid to do that. We don't. So like we're just sitting here watching these highlights, like, oh yeah, he's great. He's one of the best out there. Like let's get him. But I mean, and he probably is. Again, judging by the best of the best that he's got,
Well,
he
yeah,
looks
yeah.
really great. But that's not the full story, and I agree.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously the talent's there, and that's why we're watching him and everything. But I mean, all these little highlight clips and everything are really not an indicator of what you said. Recruiting kids, I mean, you want someone with a motor that is, 60 minutes, just every play, every down, stuff like that. And so stuff like this, we don't see when they take a snap off and, when they screw up and miss a block, or when they, and a lot of these guys are having to play both ways. We'll see what he does on offense. I mean, is he taking, he plays guard on offense. What's he doing there? Is he?
I want to see what he can do in the rain. Like we don't. I don't see any plays where he's playing in the rain.
I haven't seen a lot of those on any of our recruiting videos that we've done. I haven't seen a lot of rain footage. I don't know if it's just because the camera quality's so bad you can't see the game actually at all, hardly, because some of these camera shots are rough, or is it because the players in high school don't play well in the rain because they're not very experienced, I guess, as experienced as like a college or NFL player. Yeah. I don't know, but they usually don't show rain shots typically. Sometimes, but it's rare.
Oh, he's putting a ton of pressure on that QB. I love seeing like that. That's a first, like since we've been at Alabama Boys College Football, looking at a recruit playing in the snow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
So there we go. I'm excited to see what Mr. Davis bringing out. I'm just kind of.
What's like the smoke on his recruitment, Jackson? Like if you read anything, like where's he leaning, you think?
Well, it says
he's narrowed it down to 4.
Yeah,
he visited Alabama first, and he visited Michigan last. See, I never know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes the last school they visit's the one they go to, and sometimes it isn't. So I can't say.
That's true.
And then we're all, we do not know. Eventually, it'll happen. If it stays the way it is, we'll know the package. Because, I mean, even in pro football, I mean, we know they're offered this amount of money for 4 years and that kind of stuff. So eventually we're going to know the package and all that kind of crap, unless they get some sanity in putting in all this lunatic crap. But, we don't know the package. So, I mean, he could be a great player if he went to Alabama, blah, blah, blah. But he may go to, Missouri. Yeah, I may have a better package. So, we're just, I mean, it's, I don't know, guys. Everything about college football is changing, and everything about it is we can't go by these videos. We can't go by because we don't know the money that's being thrown around out there.
Yeah,
it sucked the joy out of high school recruiting because that guy could go to Michigan and then transfer to another school in a year. I mean, or he could even go to Bama and do the same thing. He could come to Bama, not play, and then he transfers to Mississippi. I mean, you just don't know. Like, we're at the point, like I said, where loyalty's at an all-time low. So you can't even get excited when a guy commits because high likelihood he's not even going to stay with your program the whole time anymore.
No. So it's all changing, and so see what happens. What did Mr. Walker just post?
He just posted, Savage should donate a couple million to Alabama's NIL collective since he's the reason we're behind. Well, that's in quotation marks, of course.
I'm gonna tell you what Nick Saban's gonna do. He's not gonna donate a dime. He is not going. He is not
Nick
going.
Saban, he's donated enough for Alabama. He
Anyway,
gave
he
us 6
isn't
titles.
he doesn't believe in it. He doesn't like it. He is
Yeah.
not. We're even though he's probably going to be the. I mean, he's going to be a billionaire before too long. I mean, his car dealership and what's going on with Coach Saban is incredible. I mean, that guy's wealthy beyond what you can imagine. But I'm gonna be honest, and I would if I were him, I wouldn't either. I mean, why would you throw money away? We talked about Charles Barkley last week before last. He's not going to put a dime in it. He's not going to support it. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either.
Well, and this is the part of the video clip where if you're watching it via video clip, this is the part where you're seeing the ads. And now the ads have stopped. I have no idea what ads you saw, but here's Malachi Lee, where he is from Kane, Ohio, Hawaii.
Good luck with that one there.
Jackson, I'm telling you, those shades are really making it tough.
Yeah.
Now, he says he's down to 4 schools, and he is a top 10 offensive tackle.
You
for
see another Michigan, though. Georgia,
And
Michigan, Texas, Bama, big
there.
NIL contenders. And 3 of those on that list were teams that Kurt Signetti said were the highest in NIL. Georgia, Texas, Michigan. What does he want? I mean, again,
Money.
if he wants the most money, he's probably not coming to Bama. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, I hate to say it, but we're not number 1 in NIL. We're just not. So, if these 2 players that we're looking at here, if they're going to go for the biggest NIL check, we're probably not going to land them.
Well, Steve Lorenz from the Michigan Insider 247 Sports says that he's 100% certain that the crystal ball is leaning towards Michigan, but I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Michigan, they're spending bucks.
Mommy and daddy are going toward the money. Give me
Where's he from?
the money.
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Oh yeah, you said that Hawaii. I see.
Why
would a guy from Hawaii go to Michigan? No, you know what those guys used to go to? USC.
Yeah,
Arizona.
They did. Yeah.
Why would you go to Michigan other than this? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not hating on this guy. I don't blame him for taking the most money. I don't. Like, we probably would
is
too.
what it is.
I'm just saying we're not going to land him. We're just not going to land him.
But it doesn't hurt to try. That's for sure.
It don't hurt to try.
Well,
I mean, if we throw
sure,
more money
but I
at
mean,
him, but see, then that would be less money for us to put at other players because we don't have as much.
True.
And I mean, it sucks that it's a money game, but it is.
Well, and it says he's going to visit the Crimson Tide on May 30th. He's going to visit Texas on June 6th.
And Michigan's his last visit on June 20th.
Yup. And Greg Biggins from 247 evaluated him, and he says, from a trait standpoint, offensive linemen don't come much better looking than Lee. He's all of 6'6", 325 pounds with verified 36 arms and 85 plus wingspan. He's a fluid mover as well, has the feet, balance, and frame to project as a tackle. Could line up on either side, right or left in college. He plays a little hoops as well. Nice. And checks off the multi-sport bots for us. He uses the length well and has the ability to slide and mirror opposing edge rushers. He has added some physicality in the run game over the last year. He's putting guys on their backs.
That's where it started.
Oh, yeah. But play more with a more aggressive edge to him is an area we think Lee can improve on, saying that he's an easy high power 4 prospect, and if he hits his ceiling, he will be playing football for a very
I would love to see him play basketball.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be interesting. You can always, coordination and agility and all that kind of stuff. When you get these big guys on a basketball court or something like that, maybe on a tennis court, you can see how much athletic ability they have just by putting them in a different environment.
That's a ripoff. Only 1 minute and 36 seconds highlight. All right, we'll work with it. No worries. There he is.
gives us a better chance of maybe the video not crashing this time, though.
It better not.
Zoom in a little.
Oh,
Man, we got these crazy
This
arrows.
camera angle, it's either too far away or.
I know, and then you got this little arrow, so big.
Oh yeah. He's that one guy somewhere in the
Mosh
thick
pit.
of, like the battlefront. Like you can barely see.
there he is. There he is. As the mouse point out, he's protecting his QB. He's doing very good at that. Oh man,
Jack, is that your hand there in the middle, or is that the film?
That is the mouse.
Yup.
Jack or
Jackson's doing it.
Yeah, my mouse is following the leader.
Yeah, he's trying to show us which one the dude is, but my eyes just keep looking at the mouse.
Yep.
Oh man.
Boom. Oh, he pushed.
I can see him better on that one. That was a good pancake block.
Zoom in.
Here we go. Oh, here we go.
No wonder the footage is only a minute 36. They don't have any good footage.
Like,
I mean, it's like half a mile away. Are they even in the stadium, or are they on satellite?
I don't know, dude. That's a great question.
Good Lord, look, half a mile away. Is that on the beach?
Oh, it is Hawaii.
It looks like it because it's Hawaii. I mean, because it looks like some sand dunes behind there.
I'll tell you this: if we get him, we'll be on a Hawaiian roller coaster ride for sure.
Well, I would love to. I definitely would not.
Well, all we got to do is get to give him a call.
There you go.
Have a conversation.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, play for Bama, and your career will turn out better, like mine.
Yeah.
Oh, agreed.
Minus the injuries.
Yeah.
Tua, if he can stay healthy, man, his career is going to be really great.
I think Tua's got one. There's going to be 1 year where Tua just blows it up, and it's going to happen a year or two from now. The only caveat to that is, dang, that once you get that bell rung a couple of times, it's easier and easier. It doesn't take as much whatever to disorient you. So I just hope he can.
There we go.
He's got one. I know he's got one great, outstanding, phenomenal year in him. I just hope it happens.
Oh yeah, I'll say this though. I'm excited about what Davis and Lee could bring to the table if they were to commit to Alabama. But of course, June 26th is the date to look out for, because regardless of where Mr. Crowell commits, I've got a feeling we'll definitely go live on. We'll either go live or it'll be a breaking news video. That's for sure. And we're excited to cover it all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. But first, got a little shopping to do for Memorial Day. Wonder where we can do it. Oh, I know. Maybe this doppelganger Mark Rogers will tell us.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link, and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
Shop on Amazon using the link to support the Voice of College Football. You don't need to buy the product displayed. It doesn't cost you a penny, and you get the same shopping experience. And you got the link right down below. Well, we saw Coach DeBoer getting an interview with Greg McElroy on Always College Football. Mere minutes, hours before Monday's edition. What did we think about it? Because Coach DeBoer talked a lot about the key areas where the pass rush needs to improve, right? And he talked a lot about what this summer is going to be like for the Crimson Tide. It's going to be one of the hardest they've ever been through. That was one of the things they talked about a lot. What did you think of this interview? How did he handle himself?
I mean, he means business. Like, he knows that this season matters. I mean, that's all you can say. You know, he's not backing down to the pressure, and he's not trying to put the pressure on the players, but he's trying to challenge them to get better. It's a good approach. I think definitely. You know, when you look at the pass rush last season, I don't want to say it was non-existent, but they did not put a ton of pressure on the opposing quarterback like in years past. I mean, we remember those classic games when our defense was so great that Leonard Fournette had 17 rushing yards. Like, we didn't allow the other team to run the ball, and we always had the other team's quarterback on the ground multiple times a game. So much so some plays were so violent we got flagged for it. Penalties galore happen all the time because we would hit so hard. I mean, you don't want to get penalties, but you want to play great defense. I felt like last year our defense, it wasn't soft, but it wasn't stout. So definitely, showing with DeBoer's statements, he wants our defense to be a lot more fierce and violent than it was last year, because that's going to help us win more. I mean, you look at that Vanderbilt game, that Pacific game, we would have won if our defense played better.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
if you have a great defense this upcoming season, it's going to allow the offense to not be perfect and make more mistakes. So I like his approach, and definitely hope it translates this fall.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I think their defense is going to be really, really good. I think it's going to me, top 5 going in. I would put top 3 defenses. I mean, that is a great scenario to enter into the season. That and I think the players know it, the coaches know it, and that's why I think he's going to push. And now they know who he is. They know his character. They know his personality. He can ask a lot more, and I think he will. And defensively, I mean, they're stacked. I've seen, maybe y'all can refresh, this past week where, who was it? Alabama was preseason number 2, one of these prognosticators or whatever, number 2, and it was based a lot on the defense. And I think Ohio State was number 1, Alabama was number 2. And look at the schedule, and then look at I know that the metrics that were used were the portal, how many players chose to stay instead of chose to leave, which brings continuity back, and Alabama ranked real high with regard to that. So long and the short of it, I think Alabama's I think he's going to push. I think they'll respond, and I think defensively, I would be very, very excited. Offense, we'll talk about that, but defensively, yeah, definite. And I could tell he was a little with the conversation with Greg McElroy was, I mean, he did the whatever talk and that kind of stuff, but I think he knows he's in a good situation. He can push a little harder this year, and I think we're going to see some results with regard to it.
There we go. Well, and Byron Walker, I love this comment where he says, "Sounds like the ice cream days are over with." Coach, I know you've been looking forward to that.
Amen. I mean, I don't know what ice cream's got to do with regard to practice, and I don't know what music and what little songs and all that kind of crap. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, you got to have communication, players talking, and then you got some boom, boom in the background. What the crap? Even when they're sprinting, you need coaches screaming and hollering at you. Come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And so while you're playing music and everybody's getting in the little jam, and all, what's that got to do with that's not going to be happening during the play in a game. They're not going to have a little highlight video and a little jam going on while you're breaking the huddle and walking up and get your little groove going on.
Maybe it would pop them up if they played some AC/DC or Van Halen or something instead of whatever they listen to.
Maybe play Business from Eminem. Maybe they can play that.
Or maybe they can play slap him in the nose, punch him in the nose, take that shoe and kick him up his little whatever. Maybe they can play that and whatever before the play snaps instead of a slow groove.
I don't know. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Or they could play Come On, Feel the Noise. Like that'll get you pumped up.
Yeah, Quiet Riot.
Hey, you want to put a scare on somebody? Play that song. That'll put a scare into your opponents.
So instead of listening to the calls, hey, check. Here we're, come on, feel the noise.
Yeah,
so
instead
of check, that kind of stuff.
We're not gonna take it, Twisted Sister. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
Twisted Sister. Forget the checks and the that kind of stuff. We're on jam.
Yeah, I was like, there you go. I mean, put a scare. That's how you put a scare into your opponents right there. Just play some loud music. I mean, it's like, I don't think there's any rules against that, are there? No.
I mean, like I said, it's better.
You don't get fined.
It's better music than whatever a lot of the stuff people listen to these days. I don't know.
Guys, it kills me because times have changed so much. But I've gone to some hockey, around here. We got Huntsville and everything, the Havoc, and I go to hockey, and it's the whole whatever they're in the background thumping out all this music and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how can these guys on, skating or whatever on the ice, how can they hear and communicate when they got all this dang stupid music in the background? Just whatever. It's great for the fans, but what about the players and stuff like that? And I mean, it's just, going to and today, I mean, only music needs to be played during a football game. It's from the home band or the visiting band. Okay, all the Dixieland Delight and what does Florida play? Tom Petty. I mean, all this kind of what is it? Just the marching bands, and that's it.
I mean, the band can learn how to play some of those songs, and then they can play it. Some bands do that. Yeah, I'll hear tons of songs like. Trying to think of one like Stacy's Mom or something. They'll like play Stacy's Mom with the band, and I'm like, what? Or they'll play like We Are the Champions or something like that. The band's doing it. It's not the song, but you hear like the music from the band and the trumpets. It's cool. It's like they're doing the song with their own instruments and all that, and it sounds a lot better.
The intercom throwing in the music, and now we got the lights showing all this other kind of crap.
I mean, during like the commercials, like when we're watching on TV, the commercials, the breaks during the game, sure, you could do it, but like during the game, like when they're going out there, it's much. It's a bit much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's all for the fan, whatever, but I mean, it's just stupid, and I don't get it. I don't know where they're going. I mean. Good Lord, who knows what's going to happen in 50 years? Y'all will still be around. I won't be, and y'all be talking about, I remember, and that kind of, it's just crazy. I mean, it's just all this stupid, has nothing to do with the game.
Oh, man. Well, I will say, though, I'm looking forward to what we've got for 2025. I'm hoping we've learned from Alabama, South Carolina as well, where we almost blew it. But I've got a feeling Caleb DeBoer is on there. He is just on their butts about that one.
Like, I just do not want to see another Oklahoma game. I don't care what happens. I do not want to see another Oklahoma game, or frankly, that Michigan game in the bowl game. I mean, we can lose next season. That's fine. We can lose a game or two next season. But how we lose, like if we play a B+ game, hard fought game, made a couple mistakes, just fell on the wrong end, lost by a few, whatever. But we cannot go out there like we did against Oklahoma and get shellacked against a mediocre team, frankly, a bad team, and we didn't even try. We were horrible. Like our defense was okay at best, and our offense was horrid. in that game. And then against Vanderbilt, our offense was pretty good, but our defense was horrid. So it's like we don't need games like that at all next season. I mean, if we lose 2 or 3 games, it's not going to be the end of the world, but we need to play better consistently more often next season than we did this past year.
And I'm glad you said consistently, because I was getting ready to say inconsistent. I mean, there were so many. It's just inconsistent. I mean, who are we? What's the identity? And where do you got to have an identity. And so when you don't, you're inconsistent. And so that's the point. We got to have a lot more consistency. And that comes into first year coach and trying to figure out, players probably trying to figure out, all these new assistant coaches, what do they want from me? What am I supposed to do now? What am I, so now second year, that's laid to rest. Now what the coaches want. So it comes down to creating that identity and consistency. I agree.
There you go. That's what you got to do. You got to make sure that you're all set and you're not letting yourself get distracted by things that aren't important. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad he did all right in the Greg McElroy interview. I thought it was pretty cool seeing Coach DeBoer hanging with a fellow Bama alum for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I just wonder where we're going to see Coach DeBoer go on next. I wonder if we're going to see him go on with Andy and Ari or JD PicKell. Like, we did cover his Josh Pate interview. I would like to see him go on the Joe Rogan experience. See if he can get Rogan to talk about football for once. Because like anytime Rogan's had a football guy, he never talks football. Like, come on, man. Like, that'd be cool.
Could be wrong, but I think there'd be a higher likelihood Saban would go on there than DeBoer.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't think either's likely.
Oh, Nick Saban on the Joe Rogan experience would be funny. It'd be like, oh, well, Miss Terry and I, it's like, I've been doing all right in these athletic commercials. Like, oh, man, you ever smoked DMT? Jamie, can you pull that up? Jamie. Oh, man, like Bert. I mean, it's like, oh, he was like bragging about how he's the machine. Like that'd be like 90% of the conversation, something like that. But we could tell you a little something about consistency. Ready? Well, we've got the @/Twitter account of the Voice of College Football. Or once again, we at Alabama, the Voice of College Football, are breaking that 4th wall inside the 16th wall, inside that 64th wall. Let's see if we can break that 200. No, we can't break that 256 wall. Come on. Let's break that 256 wall. Come on. Let's break it. Let's break that wall. Oh man, let's see. Let's see if we got it. Oh, and we are breaking the 256 wall. That's what we're doing.
That is such a meta joke. It's unreal.
There we are. See us right there.
People on the podcast version are not going to get this at all.
That's why they should tune it. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Podcasts, iHeartRadio, tune in at Alabama BOCFB. Like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss no video or episode whatsoever. You won't want to miss the magic we're all creating. And then there's the Sunday lineup where it's a little bit like not regular Sunday. You got us. You got the Tyler boys. Well, it's Tyler Whitfield running it solo because Tyler Natuno is on vacation. And I'll be on with Tyler Whitfield after this show talking about the Florida Gators with Tyler Whitfield. And we've got After Dark where Ben and friends are just wild. You want to talk about some wild boys? They got some wild boys on After Dark. Ben's just like having a vape, and he's having to say GD at the Spaz or Sean. Who knows what he's doing? But he's funny, though. They're all funny. Speaking of which, they'll be discussing the hot seat. The Florida Gators. On the move will be back, no worries. But Leanne just needs to get some rest. She's been sick today, but she'll be back. But of course, on the bright side, we do celebrate her birth week. We celebrate birth weeks at the Voice of College Football. So there we go. And you got the Voice of College Football Instagram account where you got top-notch discussion, debate, and analysis with no off-season. And you got the Indiana Hoosiers offense, bringing that magic with Fernando Mendoza, Roman Hemby, Elijah Sarah, Omar Cooper Jr., E.J. Williams Jr. Man, they got some junior dogs over in Hoosier land, don't they, Jeff?
Absolutely. Looking like another great season for Signetti and company.
There we go.
Will Nebraska finally not be horrible? Will they finally not suck?
Well, it's like they say on Gravity Falls. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. They will. So some of you didn't get that, Joe, but that's okay. We'll let you figure that one out for yourselves. You got the TikTok account. It may not be the guy waving a stash of cash or the woman doing random stuff that she
or the
really
milk
has
crate challenge or the Tide Pod challenge or those were a few years ago. I'm a little outdated here, but people remember those.
Oh yeah, man, I really need to get update with everything here. But you got the TikTok account. You got Sean McDonough throwing out his puberty voice over 2015 Michigan State over that punt return.
That game, man.
Hey, we promise you, we're gonna add more Sean McDonough throwing out his voice on this TikTok account.
There's a lot of it out there.
Oh man, like 2009 Virginia Tech, Nebraska. That's a classic. It's like he doesn't just do it once, but twice. Where he goes, "Cut! Roman James, cut!" Oh man. And the Facebook account. Yes, I want to go back to the Voice College Football account. Don't interrupt business. Come on, Facebook. You're supposed to be better than that. Anyway, you got Mark and Cam bringing that magic on Miami Hurricanes Live. And Thursday is going to be the 6th anniversary of Buckeyes Live with Mark Rogers, Steve Hellwagon, and Tony Girdman. Tell them all your favorite memories on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central Time. I can tell you right now, you're in for a wild ride when you're celebrating the 6th anniversary of Buckeyes Live. There's Alec and Goom on Hoosiers Live, Mark and Leanne, everybody, all right there, all the Voice College Football. You're not going to want to miss it. All righty, so we have been looking at the new seeding model for the CFP playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling about it from an Alabama perspective?
I mean, I think overall it's better. Because I mean, I don't know necessarily from an Alabama perspective. We get back to winning at an elite rate, then yeah, it will be better. But because I mean, we didn't even make it this past time, but I feel like overall the system's better. I mean, the auto bid should have never occurred. I don't know. I still don't understand that. You know, giving those to the Mountain West and you know, like a group of 5 in Boise State, and then you had ACC and in the Big 12. Like whoever those from those conferences, they would get the 3 and the 4 spot. It was not a good system because those conferences aren't any good anymore. They lost all their great teams, so most of them. The ACC hasn't lost, you know, but they're not a great conference right now, and the Big 12 has lost their great teams. So just overall, it didn't make any sense. And I think overall the system's better, but it's only going to benefit Alabama if we get back to winning at a high level. So that's more on our end than the system itself.
Well, and this is what the playoff system would have looked like if we had a straight seeding model.
See, it would have benefited a team like Indiana, you know, last year. If it was like that, because Indiana would have played Boise in the first round. So at least they probably would have won a game. Most likely, whereas instead they played Notre Dame. I mean, you can see where teams, you know, got. I don't want to say screwed, but certain teams did not get benefited by the system being the way it was, whereas other teams did get benefited by it.
Oh yeah, And we got a hello from the Godfather of the SEC. What is up, Godfather? How you doing tonight, good buddy? Indiana Boys State, that would have been pretty cool. Like, there you go. I mean, like Indiana, Oregon, like, would Oregon have won it all? That's something to really figure out there. Notre Dame, Clemson. Huh, that's interesting. Huh. Straight seeding model. Like, there you go. Number one finger. We're number one. But yeah, like the Crimson Tide, I wonder what ranking they would have been. Like I don't know if they would have been 13 or if it would have been like BYU being ahead of them, or that's a yikes. Like we still got left out. I'm just kind of like I'm interested to see what's gonna happen, because all we gotta do is go 10-2. We're good to go. But then we'll wait and see what happens. But
I just think the straight seeding format's better. I mean, I think it's better. You can't have the auto bids for conferences that don't deserve auto bids. It's just, I mean, if Alabama wins games, then and we go 10-2, 11-1, we're gonna make the playoffs anyway. So I mean, it's just really hard to say whether it's good or bad for Alabama. I mean, I think, like I said, you could see where it benefited certain teams last year to have the seeding the way it was, and how other teams did not get benefited. Like Oregon was not benefited by the other system, because Ohio State, they played Ohio State and they lost. Whereas if in that system they would have played Indiana or Boise, probably win. They go further. Who knows what? You know what I'm saying? Like certain teams did not get benefited by it. It's just hard to say whether Alabama would or not, because it all depends on where you're seated. And Alabama missed the playoffs last year, the only rendition of that format of the playoffs. So it's hard to say. I just think overall it's better to have the system being straight seeded. They need to do that from now on. And if Alabama makes the playoff consistently, I don't think it's a bad thing.
I'm gonna throw a wrench in all this. Okay, just what I'm thinking, and I think it would break up the mega conferences and that kind of stuff. But I think you win your conference, you're in. That's the only factor. And so now we've narrowed down where we're limiting conferences instead of, you know what I'm saying? Just get back to the instead of trying to create, like the SEC, we got 30 teams in there, and the Big Ten's got 30 teams and all this other kind of stuff. Go back to just, break it up. And so if that be the case, then you wind up with 15, 16 teams in the playoffs. You win your conference, you're in, and then that's it. And now we get back to, a little more, I don't know, make it a little more legitimate, make it a little more. I mean, now we got, teams from the Pacific Coast and the Atlantic Coast and vice versa, that kind of stuff. So if you got to win, the only way you get in is you win your conference. And then you have small conferences, you have large conferences. That's it. And so now we get back to the way it is, in high school football. You win your conference, you're in the playoffs.
True.
That's it. That's the bottom line. We go back old school. And so now, then that would, if we went, you win, you're in. And so, but I know everybody's about money and stuff like that. But then that breaks everything up instead of having these major mega conferences controlling everything. Because, I mean, the way it is now, it's just going to benefit the Big Ten, the SEC, and that's it.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I agree with what you're saying about like you win your conference, you get in. The problem is because the mega conferences exist, it just doesn't work anymore. Because
that's what I'm saying.
The only way that it would work is if you have that system like that, then you're going to have those teams be like, all right, we're never going to get in then. You know what I'm saying? So then they're like, oh, let's recreate the Pac-12. If you're USC, you're going to be like, hey, I want to go back to the Pac-12, reinvigorate that. Because, like, why do I want to be in the Big Ten where if it's win and you're in, we're never getting in, probably. Because Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, one of those teams are going to get there probably every year. It's not going to be us. So then maybe the Southwest Conference would come back. Hey, let's have our little 7-8 team, because every single conference, every single team would want a shot. And if you're in the SEC, like if you are Florida, or if you're Missouri, if you're South Carolina, why stay in the SEC if that's how it worked? Because of the fact you'll never win. Like if the off chance you won the SEC, it'd be rare. But yeah, if it was like that, then yeah, you would have all these conferences come back. The Big East would come back. The Pac-12 would come back. The Southwest, the Big Eight, all of them would come back, et cetera, et cetera. Because of the fact that
now
you would have every conference would probably only have like 8 teams in it. So those 8 teams battle each other to win their conference to get the auto bid. And all the conferences would be relatively even in quality. So it would be a lot better, but that system won't ever happen, sadly. But I agree, that would be cool. That would be awesome.
It'll happen if they like Trump create a commission where sanity. Let's bring it back and make it more inclusive. I mean, now they're making it more exclusive. I mean, the Mountain West and all these, they don't have a chance. I mean, it's just down to the SEC, Big Ten or whatever's left, maybe the ACC. But if you got to win your conference and, somebody's got to break the monopoly up, because it's just it'll get more exclusive and more, boring.
You see how, like, in these smaller conferences, you need quality teams to, make that conference better. Like, you look at, like, it's a dumb example, but look at, like, the West Coast Conference in college basketball. Gonzaga has been great in that conference for 25 years. But over the last few years, you've seen teams like BYU, which obviously now in the Big 12, but BYU got a lot better and knocked off Gonzaga sometimes. St. Mary's with Randy Bennett has been really good in college basketball for 20 years. San Francisco has been solid lately. Those teams got better to match what Gonzaga did.
Mm-hmm.
Because Gonzaga was winning, and that was bringing revenue and eyeballs to the league. So then those other teams kind of caught up a bit. So, like, you take these little conferences and see, and in the West Coast Conference, you win your conference, you're in, but those teams got better. So Gonzaga would get in, and even if they, won their league, St. Mary's would still make the tournament. BYU would make the tournament, which, again, they're now in the Big 12. But when you have, like, these small leagues like the Mountain West, like you said, if you exclude them and give them no shot to make the playoffs or no shot to win at all, even if realistically they're not, it makes the whole conference irrelevant. It makes none of it matter. And then all those teams are going to get worse. And then even Boise has to make a decision, like, are we going to stay in this irrelevant league, or are we going to go to the Big 12 at least or something? Like, you have to make that decision. And if not, you're just going to fold. And then it's not going to matter at all. The conference has to matter. The teams have to matter. And you have to have a legitimate shot to win, or you're just going to see it fade to irrelevancy. And that's a sad thing. Like, the Big Ten and the SEC having all of this power, being these mega conferences, so many people I talk to love it, and they just don't understand how bad it is for the sport. But
I
again,
hate
we're
it
past that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I hate it because it's like I worry about what it does to a lot of the rivalries in all of college football. And I'm just kind of like, I'm hoping we're not getting to that point.
But guys, I mean, it goes, you were talking basketball. I mean, it goes beyond football. It goes basketball, baseball, volleyball. I mean, every single sport. And so now you've got just this, it's almost like private school. I mean, or Ivy League, you've got this, the elite universities, and everybody else is irrelevant.
There we go. Well, and we'll go over a little bit about our take on the SEC spring meetings and whether we could be going to non-conference games or whatever. But we'll wait and see what happens for sure. The spring meetings are on Tuesday, day after Memorial Day. Jeffrey, what have you got going on this week, good buddy?
Definitely just gonna be celebrating Memorial Day with my family. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah, I mean, grilling out. It's always a great time, and always remembering what Memorial Day's for as well. Our fallen
True.
soldiers, just
Fallen
remembering
soldiers.
them for what they've done for our country to keep us free, keep the world free. I mean, it is such a great holiday for what it stands for. It just gets glossed over. People don't really think about it, but it's such a big deal. And I always love that aspect about Memorial Day as well. Especially, for people that have had, family members pass, it's definitely a holiday they think about. But I always just love spending time with family, grilling out, all that kind of stuff. So definitely excited about that. I'm going to try to get back to posting. On my YouTube channel. Definitely appreciate it if you go check out Only Talk Sports. And always subscribe to Alabama, the voice of college football. Glad I was able to make this week's show, even though we moved it to Sunday. And definitely hope everybody, including you two guys, have a happy Memorial Day. Really always love the beginning of summer. Like it's like the official beginning of summer. And can't wait for a great summer season.
Well, we can't wait to see you on the 34th edition of the Call-In Show Thursday night, Jeffrey. It's always a blast with you, for sure.
Absolutely,
And
Jackson. I can't wait for it as well. It's going to be fun.
I wonder what crazy callers we'll have next.
Oh, yeah. Meltdown Thursday night. That was a crazy show, and I'm sure this Thursday is going to be even crazier. We'll bring it on. We want to have the crazy callers. It makes the show very fun and invigorating. So definitely appreciate all of our callers, even the crazies. So
one rule I got for the crazies is no begging, no telling the host what they're going to do, what they're not going to do.
No, that kind of crossed the line, but definitely
you'll wind up like Kate. You'll wind up like Caden, or
absolutely,
or
Caden. He's a world of his own for a caller, definitely. But appreciate it. Definitely glad I was able to make the show. Glad Jackson, we all figured out how to move the show, and definitely hope you guys have a great Memorial Day.
You too, man. We'll be seeing you soon.
Good luck.
And of course, we've got the conference spring meetings, but the main topic is what's going to happen. Are we going to 9 conference games? Are we not? How will it affect Alabama, Tennessee? That's my question. I don't care if it affects Alabama, LSU. Y'all can have that. It's like, I don't care. It's like me personally. It's like nobody's caring about Alabama, LSU without Nick Saban. That I can promise you. But what were you thinking, Coach? Should we go to 9 games? Do you care if we stay at 8? Do you like how the conference schedule is? I mean, do you really want to see Alabama play Texas a little more, or Missouri a little more? How you feeling exactly?
No, I mean, I play enough games already. I mean, crap, season's moving into, January, February, March. What are we going to make it year round? It gets boring. I mean, no. I mean, if you want interest, I mean, to me, you've got to limit the schedule. All this money grubbing stuff is just turning me off, and it's for all my life, that's all I've ever done is not ever done, but I mean, one of the things I've done is follow college. I used to follow professional sports and stuff like that. I don't so much anymore. Don't care, but I mean, no, the season's long enough. And now we got the playoffs. We got this, that, and the other, and everything. Every decision they're making is killing me. And I can be honest with you. Everybody I talk to, all my friends that I talk to, are on the same scenario. I mean, what are these lunatics thinking? They're not making it special anymore. They're just wearing us out. I mean,
well,
NFL season now is what, 6 months long? I mean, you lose interest. I mean, we're all kind of,
September to October, November, December, January. Super Bowl is in the second Sunday of February. I mean, I'm fine with Super Bowl being on like Valentine's Day. It's like, I don't care. It's like,
I lose interest. I mean, me personally, of course, I just can't stay interested that long. I mean, it gets bored. You play so many games. So what happens is you don't care what the regular season is. If we make the playoffs, oh, great. And maybe you might watch a playoff game or two, and that's it.
Well, Greg Sankey wants to go to 9 conference games, but he says the conference shouldn't add a game to team schedules if that causes us to lose opportunities. And ESPN is willing to pay more for extra
it's all about
conference.
money.
Like, I'll tell you this.
So if they go 9, then how many non-conference games?
That's what I'm thinking about too. Like, what
We used to be 10. We used to be 11. How many we're going to have now? 15? And then the playoffs, 4 rounds? Or we're going to play 20?
I'm just kind of like, I don't want the non-conference rivalries getting cut. I don't want the ones that were annual but are only played like once, twice a decade getting cut, like the Clemson Georgias, the Florida Miamis of the world. Like,
but here's the deal, Jack. The more they schedule, the less compelling it is. I mean, it was special back in the old days because it was rare.
Yeah.
Okay, now if we're just going to make it every week and every season and all that kind of stuff, it's not special anymore. It's just, and then how much, the world with this little cell phone right here, our attention span is less and less and less. And now they want us to watch more and more and more and more, games and keep our interest when everything is now, and you lose focus, that kind of stuff. So, of course, they think they're going to make money, but they're going to turn people off. Nobody's going to watch.
Wow.
That's just my prediction. Nobody's going to watch. Who cares?
Well, I think a lot of people, they're cool with seeing more. In their eyes, they're thinking, oh, I get to see more of a Alabama Georgia or a Texas Georgia matchup more often. But I'm kind of like, okay, we cut Georgia South Carolina from being like an annual matchup.
But then, Jack, it's not special.
Yeah,
it's not special. The rarity of it, the fewer times they meet, the more impactful it is. If they're going to play every season, every other season, who cares? Who cares anymore?
For me, I want Alabama to have 2 annual opponents for conference play. I want it to be Auburn and Tennessee. I don't care if we have like Alabama LSU as an annual game. It's like if the conference schedule makers are like, we're not going to have Alabama LSU on November like we used to. I'm like, that's fine. Do whatever you want. It's like, because like Alabama LSU for me wasn't really relevant before Nick Saban got to both schools. It was only relevant if you saw LSU beating Alabama. That was it. You didn't hear people talking about it in 1974. You didn't hear people talking about it in 1998 or something like that. It was when Nick Saban coached at both schools where Alabama LSU got a little more relevant. It kind of feels similar to Florida Tennessee, to where Florida Tennessee was the game of the 90s. It was still exciting early 2000s, but when Spurrier left, it wasn't really as exciting as it used to be. I don't ever hear that many people say, "Oh, Florida Tennessee." Not that many people. But we'll definitely wait and see what happens. But that's what I'm kind of thinking about too. And Pitt Snipe Husker, he's right there with you. Too many changes, too fast, too persistent. All of them ill conceived. I'm still excited for week 1 though. I agree. I'm excited for week 1. But yeah, I think they're kind of trying to appeal to the casual fan. I don't feel like they're trying to appeal to
everything they do is about making money.
Yeah, because I'm
trying to find another way to make money, and it's just, and everything. Like I said, I don't care. Everything they do is killing interest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not, in 15 or more years, I have not seen anything that NCAA has done to improve, the game, improve the sport, improve, people following. costs are going up. You got to pay a fortune to go to the game, and and all they're doing is trying to create, I don't know, light shows, Dixieland Delight music, and whatever pregame experience, and blah blah blah, and all that costs money. So the only way they can pay for it is by charging more, or add another game, add and make the season longer, and stuff like that. So it's just the experience. It used to be simple. Now it's complex, and so
I wish we could like make our own schedules. Really, it's like that would be cool, but it doesn't happen like that.
yeah,
So,
you turn it over to a committee, by proxy, that kind of stuff. It used to be, like you're saying, you had your SEC did the SEC schedule, and then you did your out of conference schedule and stuff like that. And you try to generate, you're going to get your little cream puffs, and that turns everybody off. But you try to create the one little crossover game that really everybody's interested in, and that kind of stuff. But now it's so much more controlled. Fewer and fewer schools. I mean, schools are canceling contracts, because you don't have. You've got to think about. I got to play this monster conference schedule. Now we got all these big schools, Texas, Oklahoma. We've added in all these schools and whatever. So the non-conference, you got to preserve that to try to,
I kind of wish everybody could be at 8 conference games like they used to be, but I know it's not what we wish for it to be. It's just we're just kind of sucking it up, dealing with it. It's like that's just life. I mean, it's like you kind of have to deal with things you don't want in order to kind of just you just kind of deal with it, so to speak. But me, I'm just like, no, on 9 games for conference schedule, because that's like then we're never going to see Alabama, Ohio State, or and I'm already worrying about Alabama, Georgia Tech, because I mean it's like Georgia Tech's part of our history. They're literally part of our history, and a lot of people don't even know that. Like the millennial generation, Gen Z generation, have no clue that Georgia Tech is in the Alabama fight song. Like I'm not saying everybody in the past 2 generations don't know, but I'm just saying like a few of them don't even know that. They don't even know about the history of Alabama, Georgia Tech throughout that game, where 1960 Alabama didn't lead until the last second of that game. Or you got like 1964, Joe Namath returning from injury, and then Alabama defeats Georgia Tech, or Georgia Tech upsetting Alabama in 1962, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. You lose all that, and until somebody has some sanity, it's not coming back. Those little non-conference games that you try to schedule to help the fans and stuff like that. They're going to disappear. They're gone. And those little moments in time, those little rivalries, those little stories, about the upsets, Coach Bryant against Georgia Tech wearing the helmet. Remember that picture? He walks out playing Georgia Tech. He's got a helmet on his head, and that you lose that because now it's all just, it's so commercial. So commercial.
There we go.
Used to be just fun, a great way to, you work Monday through Friday, then Saturday you get to go root for your favorite team and have a good time and blah, blah, blah. Now it's just corporate, and now it's just selling. We got the tunes, and we got the lights, and we got the little Videotron where we're showing the, all the pump up videos and all that kind of stuff. And it's just,
for sure. But we will end this show on a high note, because we got Ty Simpson returning home to work with his younger brother at Tennessee Martin ahead of the summer workouts. Jason Simpson's the head coach of Tennessee Martin. He's got a short video of the workout on @/Twitter. Let's go ahead and play that clip, shall we? Here we go. Boom.
Yeah.
I like it. Note to self, I need to
I will dissect that.
There we go.
I'm going through my quarterback SEC quarterbacks, creating my ranking as what just technique and fundamentals of SEC quarterbacks, and where as a former quarterback coach, where I see the skill level with regard to them. So I've been diving into that, and so we'll pull that up at some point in time. But the interesting, there his dad, UT Martin, great college football coach there at UT Martin, and I remember playing against UT Martin way back when they were a member of the Gulf South Conference. Back in the old days, we had UT Martin, we had UNA, Jacksonville State, Troy State, where I played, Delta State, Livingston. Now I think it's West Alabama, and a lot of those schools. And I remember being up in Martin, Tennessee, playing up there. And strangely enough, back then their mascot they were the Pacers, and it was funny. They had a pacer in horse racing, and so they have a little cart, and then the horse would be out front. They would ride that little horse around, the field and that kind of stuff. And now they're the Skyhawks. I think they're the Skyhawks. So that's that's different. Growing up, and they were when I played in the Gulf South Conference, they were the Pacers, and now they're the Skyhawks. But yeah, a guy, and I've looked at Ty Simpson. I like what I see. I like his fundamentals. I like his technique. I know he comes from a coaching family. So, yeah, I think good things. And I agree with Greg McElroy, who we talked about earlier. I think it's Ty Simpson. It's his. And I think he'll do a good job. He's son of a coach and knows a lot about the game. And I think we're going to see some good things from him this fall.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm seeing that Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Oklahoma are offering Simpson's little brother. If Alabama's not getting him, then I mean, it's like I kind of prefer him to go to Ole Miss or Arkansas, really, because it's like
he may stay and play for his dad.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
his dad's a great coach. His dad's been at UT Martin a long time, about 20 years, and won a lot of championships there in the Ohio Valley. Now, when I played, they were a member of the Gulf South Conference. Okay, but now then they moved up like UNA did, and like Jacksonville State. Now they're Ohio Valley Conference, but yeah, good program, good area, and doing good things. So maybe he'll play for his dad.
I was muted.
Oh,
that would be neat. That would be extremely neat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, there we go. I can't wait to see what this young man brings out for the future. Yeah. I just cannot wait. But yeah, I will say, Coach, we will definitely make sure we've got the offensive line Mount Rushmore for all of you. Coach will have his written out. I'll have mine written out, and Jeffrey will have his.
That's a hard one. I've been looking, and that's Cam Robinson and John Hanna, Dwight Stevenson. What was it? Cyrus Quanjo. Did I pronounce that right? DJ Fluker.
I remember King, like my uncle, like saying DJ Fluker was a monster. Like
he was.
I was showing. He was like showing a highlight when I was like 11 years old. He saw it. It's like they didn't have like 247 Sports back then, but
yeah.
So
yeah, I hope we have some my generation, because I mean, we can go Coach Saban's offensive line, DJ and Barrett Jones and Cyrus and Cam Robinson and so many, but also you got to go back and, John Hanna and Dwight Stevenson. And I mean, you had some great players back then. So yeah, I'm working on my list. That's going to be interesting.
There we go.
I'm going to try to be fair, but that's, I mean, that's 5 positions, tackles, centers. Oh, and that's a lot of players right there. But yeah, I'm working on it. I'm thinking hard about it.
There you go, man. It's like I'm looking forward to it, and
Yeah.
I know all of you are looking forward to the offensive line Mount Rushmore.
Exactly.
It's going to be coming out real soon, and we've got more Mount Rushmores for each of the positions, and it's a 2025 edition. That I can promise you. And you're probably going to see it on a playlist real soon. That I can promise you. And tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Publix to like, comment, subscribe to the magic that Coach Birch, Jeffrey at Only Talk Sports, and I, Brady Quoto, and Manny Wilson are all creating all right here on Alabama with the Voice College Football. Coach, what have you got for us this week, man?
Just same old down here in Alabama. Just trying to stay dry. I'm getting ready to feed the dogs, walking before the next rainstorm flows through.
Yeah,
It's rained every day. It's rained every day in May in Alabama. That is unheard of.
Yeah, I was getting some texts from my mom where she's like asking if I'm all right. It's like I'm okay, no worries. I'm out doing a show, no worries. And I think the regularly scheduled programming is back on the local news channels, so it's like it's all good. So, and of course, give Coach Burtz a follow on Johnny H. Burtz. Friend request him on Facebook, but also give him a follow on Johnny H. Burtz. And as for me, in just a little while, as soon as this show is over, I will be on with Tyler Whitfield discussing the Florida Gators on Florida Gators Live number 30, where he is previewing a major visiting weekend, and we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff involving the Florida Gators. They're going to hear my take, and I'm going to tell you right now, it may be great, it may be bad. It may make you cry, may make you angry, may make you really happy, but you're going to get to hear my take on the Gators. And of course, you got my latest episode of the Jacksonian, where I have on Justin Joka from the Bucky Report and friend of Locked On Badgers host Ryan Herrings, where we go over the magic that he and Rajiv are creating on the Bucky Report. We talk a lot about the Wisconsin Badgers, and I have a bit of a venting session about USC Notre Dame possibly not being played, and I'm making sure I didn't throw any hissy fits. Like I've been a good boy because Austin had to put up with my hissy fit, so no worries. Coach, you're not gonna have to put up with that. You're good. You're good on there, good buddy. But but of course, check out my latest episodes of the Jacksonian and my collaborations with Sports Talk with Austin and Will ND on Jackson Johnson 979, where I'm 329 subs away from that magic number 1,000 subs on my personal channel. And if you want to hear more updates on what I've got going on Alabama with the Voice College Football, or on the Jacksonian, or once a week on the Paul Feinbaum Show, where the weekends are full of surprises, check me out on Jatson BOCFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram and threads Jatson Johnson 543908. But if you don't even like @ or Instagram for whatever reason, I got you covered. Check me out on Jatson Johnson Blue Sky 97 social. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss no video of Alabama with the Voice College Football. And we will see you Thursday night on the 34th edition of the Alabama Call-In Show with Jeffrey and myself. And roll tide.